Mm, 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 mm. Dudes, fellow comic lovers, geeks, fans, Romans. I'm just messing with you guys. Uh, how you guys doing? Mount Vernon Kid here, coming to you courtesy of DarkAvengerINC Plus. Um, sorry I took so long, guys, about putting this up. But I said I was gonna put it up, and I always deliver, don't I? Don't I? Yeah. But here to do another exclusive review for you guys. And you know there are exclusive reviews I do on this channel besides, you know, questions with the kid and topic videos and hitting the classics with the kid. And I got to get back into hitting the classics, you know, digging through my collection and pulling out some classics for you guys to talk about. But still here with the exclusive reviews. And I'm here to talk about, like I said, what did I think of issue number 4 of Katana? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Um, how did I feel about this? So we still have Miss Ann Nocenti. I hope I'm saying her name right. And Alex Sanchez is back on the artwork. All right. So look who's on the cover. We see Katana, and it looks like she's fighting an Oni, a Japanese demon, right? Eh, wrong. You know who that is? That's actually, check it out, the Creeper. Yeah. So I'm gonna get into this. So you're probably saying, what? The Creeper wasn't an Oni demon. Some more twists and turns for the DC 52? Pretty much. Alright, so let's get this started. Basically, we left off with, guys, the last issue where Croc, Waylon Jones, Killer Croc, came to San Francisco, Japantown. I don't think there's a Japantown in San Francisco, but it's in the DC universe. Came there and fought Katana. Katana was still on the trail of the Dagger Clan. And unfortunately, in that fight between them, she encountered Croc. And so forth and so forth. They had a decent battle until Croc used what God gave him, in a sense, with his form is given him. He grabbed Katana's Soul Taker, her sword, her trusty sword, broke it. Yes. So as you can see on the cover, this is not false advertising here. Katana's Soul Taker was destroyed, and all the souls that are embedded in the sword was released, including the Creeper. Now, it was the Creeper who's been talking to her all this time. Whenever you would hear Katana talk about saying that's her husband in the sword, you know, she's right. He was in there. He is in there. Matzo is in there, but it wasn't her. It wasn't him talking back. It was the Creeper. And we get to see that. We get to see all the souls coming out, and they're escaping and going out into the world now. We do see her husband, and I'm going to show you her husband. Basically, we I will show you, you know, her still fighting Croc. Here she is, still fighting Croc. And Croc's kind of getting a smackdown on her a little bit, you know. Um, and you can see the Creeper at the bottom. You know, he's still in astral projection, but Katana can see him. And here's at the bottom, if you can see right here, we see there you have her talking to her husband, who was in the sword. And literally he's telling her is like, you know, all the things that you would do with the sword, you know, stop it. Move on. Literally he says, I can't stay, my love. I gotta go, you know. And she's like, don't leave me. You know, I've been waiting for this a long time. And, you know, he's just like, for what? You know, for what? I died. You were a widow. You know, it's kind of cold how he says it. You know, you're a widow, free to do whatever you want. You know, you were a strong woman, Tatsu. You did your turn in somewhat who waits. And then I was in that sword of yours. I was in purgatory, like sitting forever at a bus stop in the rain, and a limbo waiting, and I saw what your precious soul taker does to people. The old that old samurai, he lost his mind years ago. You know, there's a samurai in the sword. Somebody either previously wielded it or so, because the soul taker is a mystic sword. It's been around for generations. And you know, he goes on to talk about, you know, you took the sword to bed and everything like that. You talked to it, and he's basically telling Tatsu Katana, you don't sleep with a sword. You don't sleep with a sword. You know, you find yourself a man. He literally says this, people. You find yourself a man, and stop loving me. Let me go. You know, goodbye, Tatsu. I have business to attend. It's literally, and Tatsu's like really confused. Kitana's like, you know, don't say that. Like, I love you, and she literally passes out. Um, and that is where pretty much we start to know what starts to go on, and so on. Is that um, she gets rescued by another spirit that was in the sword and taken to someone safe. She wakes up in the homeless guy that I told you about before, Junko. He wakes up and tells her about her katana. You know, the soul taker. Basically, we got to get it fixed, but it can't just be fixed by any blacksmith. You got to go back to Japan to get it fixed by some world-renowned blacksmith there. And that's where we also see um, more of what's going on with the creeper. And finally, we get to see what's going on with him. He has literally dug up Jack Ryder's graves. Now, they do have a connection. Jack Ryder and the Creeper still have a connection in this. They still have a connection in the 52 universe. The only difference is um, we Jack Ryder's dead. He was brought back to San Francisco to be buried near his family, and you know, basically there's going to be like they say at the bottom, a creeper one shot coming to explain everything of what happened. But let me just reiterate some of the lines that the creeper says to Jack Ryder's dead body. He's absorbing his essence. Like, here he is right here, I'll show you. Here he is. That's Jack Ryder dead in his grave. Creeper dug it up and he's absorbing it to become solid, you know, whole again. So he pretty much is saying this. He pretty much says to Jack Ryder, he says, "Hello, old friend." And he literally says, this just really is just like, really? He says, "I've ridden you before. I can ride you again." I read that line like 4 times, guys, and every freaking time it just makes me like, really, Miss Nocenti, you wrote that? Just does that sound? That does not sound right, right at all. Uh, and then he says, and he pretty much says, you know, the creeper will ride again, and I love saying that. I love saying that. And pretty much that's where we pick up where there's a rooftop battle between the creeper and Tatsu, and you know, Creeper's thinking, oh, because she doesn't have her sword, you know, she's nothing. But Tatsu's always been, she's never been a one-trick pony. And she proves it here in the fight that she's just as good without the sword. But she does need to get the sword fixed so she can put the Creeper back into the limbo that he's been in. And I love her. I love where I love how she says at the end, where she pretty much outfools the Creeper, and she basically says, you know, kill me. Yeah, good luck with that. And I love that line. But yeah, it's dealing with the Creeper now, guys. But overall, issue 4 of Katana was pretty decent, really good. I enjoyed it for what it was. Um, and Nocenti's art writing is not bad, but to me, it just that line right alone where I just read to you guys what the Creeper said to Jack Ryder, that just was just like you could have I feel Miss Nocenti, you could have wrote something better than that. Um, Alex Sanchez's artwork to me is not bad, guys, but I wish there's a better artist that can come on and do Katana, in my opinion, because there's sometimes when he draws her, he's drawing Tatsu. Her forehead is really kind of big, and sometimes she looks really weird in her mask and things like that. Her eyes are really big, and you know, she got like a pudgy face and things. I'm like, no, that doesn't work for me sometimes. Uh, you know, it's almost like here's a picture. Like, look at that picture of her. See how her forehead is like sloped, pushed down. It's just really weird to me. Um, I wish it was somebody previous that was drawing her in this costume. But other than that, it was fine. I enjoyed it. I will be. I thought it was good, but I'm looking to see where they're gonna take this. I call it the Oni Creeper. I'm a big buff of Japanese mythology and things like that, and the Oni are very big in Japan. So he has the white skin and the green hair, but he wears an Oni mask, pretty much like that. But other than that, fine. No, nothing to really complain about, except for maybe get a better artist and sometimes reiterate sometimes the speech for the Creeper. If he's supposed to be very ancient and older than he is in this world, then he shouldn't be talking like that. I mean, that just sounded too dirty. Not just dirty, but just literally pornographic. I was like, I've ridden you before and I'm gonna ride you again. I'm like, oh, like, no, that just did not come off right. Uh, but other than that, guys, thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed uh, my thought on Katana number 4. Coming to you again with another exclusive review here on DarkAvengerINCPlus. And that's it. Um, I will catch you guys on the flip flop, of course, with more exclusive comic reviews on this channel. Just giving my honest opinion on it. And other than that, this is Mount Vernon Kid. You guys take care. Have a good day. And peace.